I'm going to give you the brief introduction, how to use the MS project, and all the basic things required to start the MS project so that you can confidently start talking about the MS project and its applications on project management fundamentals to your students. Okay, let us start the first thing. First, I'm going to teach you about how to create and save a simple project. The very first thing, we are going to create and save a project. We will start from that. Then we will go step by step, one by one. Then I will introduce about how to create the calendar, how to create the basic projects, how to use the gunshots, how to create the WBS, everything we will be learning on this course. Okay. The first one is how to create and save a project. All the concepts, whatever I mentioned, I have already recorded. I am using MS Project licensed version, that is Project Planner 5. So for this particular demo, you may need to have the subscription to MS Project. Subscription detail I will be including in the separate Word document. I will be giving you the options. But I would suggest you go for Project Planner 3 at least. Then only you can see considerable features to explain to your students. So I'm using my licensed version and I have recorded all the topics which I'm going to discuss today. So I will be opening the topic and again I'm going to explain you for your reference. Along with the recording, every task required certain files to be worked on. I will be providing all the files as supplementary as well, along with the recordings, and that will be shared with your SharePoints, our SharePoint. Okay. Okay, we'll see the first one, create and save a project. This is what the screen you will be seeing when you open the MS project. You will be seeing pretty much number of pre-created templates. For every applications, you have already a created template. Existing templates are available. Plenty of existing templates are available here. We are going to use the blank project and we are going to create the new project using the blank project concept. So to get your project schedule started, you need to create a new project file in a Microsoft project. So this is the backstage view. And we have the home screen displayed here. All you have to do is to create a new project. How to create the new project? Click the blank project button. We will start from that. So I already recorded everything. I will be explaining again. Click the blank project button. And for your convenience, I have reduced my video speed so that you can see patiently. So click on the blank project. And that creates a new file. If you look up at the top of the screen, you will be see that the program name this file project 1. Already the program named this file as project 1. You could see it on the top of the screen. If your project is already open, you can use a keyboard shortcut to create a new project. It is really fast. All you need to do is press Ctrl plus N. N is for new project. Ctrl plus N on the keyboard and that creates a new project. In this case, yeah, that is what I have mentioned. I have embedded the control also. In this case, it is called project 2. The meaning is each new project you create in a session gets a higher number than the last one. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add some information to this project file. Let us add some information to this project file. We are going to start with the project start date. So we are going to click the project tab and then click project information in the properties section. Project information in the properties section. In the project information dialog box, you have the start date box as you're seeing here. The start date is for tasks without start dates or predecessors. I'm going to use my previous things 2020, 2021, but whatever the dates you want, you can use it. I already used it. I already have this file, so I'm going to use it. If you create a new task and don't give it a date or link it to something, then it will use this particular date. So we are going to change, I'm going to change the date to April 12th, 2021. Okay, look at this for a while. Okay, also notice that the schedule from box is set to project start date. So what that means is that the program, okay, I think we'll stop at this. We have to see. The program is going to start everything from the start date and then use all the information. I think you could notice it here. Yes. So the schedule from the box is set to the project start date. Program is going to start everything from the start date and then use all of the information that you add to your project to calculate when the project can finish. That is all we need to add at this point. So let us go ahead and click OK to close this dialog box. Now we are ready to save the file. Saving is very easy. We have to go to the file and you will be seeing save as option. It is pretty much same. You can choose OneDrive or wherever in the PC, wherever you want to save, you can save the file. Saving option is very easy. Go to the file and use save as option. You can save or you can use Control plus yes to save the file, which is very easy. Keyboard shortcut is also there. Okay, so here you can use save as, plenty of options will be available and you can save your project file. That is what about creating and saving a project. Okay, let us go for the next one. Define the working calendar. We are going to see the next segment is how to define the work calendar. These are the basics for every project. So we'll start with this. How to define the work calendar. Okay, let me open it. Yes, define the work calendar. So second segment, define the work calendar. Let me give you the brief about the introduction. To schedule a project, you need to know how much your resources work and when. That is a very important basics for working your project. To schedule your project properly, you need to know how much your resources work and when. Calendar, that option we are going to use. Calendar in project define the days and times that people work. We are going to go to the project tab. Project tab. And as I mentioned, all the necessary files will be provided as the supplementary for you. Okay, go to the project tab. Then you can see change working time option. Okay. So after going to the project tab, in the properties section, we have to click the button change working time. That is what we did just now. In the change working time dialog box, the calendar box up at the top. You can see this is a pop-up. It will be open now. Shows the calendar that the project uses. In this case, it will be using the built-in, unless you set something, it will be there like this. It will be using the built-in standard calendar. And this built-in calendar is set up to apply automatically to all projects. Although you can change it later if you want, it follows a common work schedule. Hence, there is a good chance it will work for every organization. We can see that this is the project calendar for this project because it says project calendar. Yeah, it is, the option is the project calendar. Yes, it is clearly mentioned. This is the calendar here. Okay. Okay, now let us go down to the bottom half of the dialog box and click the Work Weeks tab. Okay, let us do this. Go down to the bottom half of the dialog box and click the Work Weeks tab. Okay, let me try increasing the speed. It is too slow. Let me check. Work week stamp. This is what I said. So let us go down to the bottom half of the dialog box and we are going to click the work week stamp. This is where we can define the work weeks that we can use. Okay, once you click this, there is one default work week and it applies to all dates by default. That is why we can see not applicable in both the start and finish boxes. In the calendar up here at the top, we can actually see what is this work week looks like. And the white boxes here. The white boxes represent work days and the shaded boxes are considered as non-working days. Hence, this is normally a Monday through Friday work week with Saturday and Sunday off. In addition, when we click one of the days over on the right side, we can see the working times. See, we will be seeing the working times here. So the standard work day is 8 to 5 with an hour, that is a 1 hour break for lunch. If we want to make changes, we have to click the details button over here on the right side, details button here, the right side. Of the dialog box. We can make some changes here. Let us see. Okay. After clicking the details button, we can select a day in this dialog box and we will be see the work times and we could change them if we want to do. But in this case, this work week actually works for me, so I'm going to leave it. So this already existing one works for me, so I'm going to leave it. But if you want to do some changes, you can go to the details button and you can do the changes, whatever you want. So I click cancel to close the box. Once you are more comfortable with the project, we can adjust your work week if it is different from what I'm doing here. It is up to you. The next one, let us add a couple of holidays that could come up during the project. To do that, we are going to click the exceptions tab. Exceptions tab is there. We are going to click here. And exceptions are non-working by default. Remember that. Exceptions are non-working days by default. Hence, all I have to do is or we have to do is name the holiday and the date. I'm going to use the American standard American holidays. If you want to include, you can use Canadian holidays. It is up to you, but my wish, I would like to use American holidays because global level, many people they know the American holidays much more than the Canadian holidays, but it is up to you. Okay, I'm going to start with again 2021, 2022 dates only I'm going to use because I already used this there. It will be easy for me to repeat it. It is up to you. You can use 2024 because it is all about knowing the procedure. Once you know the procedure, whatever the way you want, you can change it. So I'm explaining a sample. You can change 2024 dates, Canadian dates, anything you can do. So what I'm going to do it is I'm going to first include the Memorial Day, US Memorial Day, which is May 31st, 2021. 2021 dates, I'm going to use it. Because these recordings, I already have it. Just I'm explaining it for your purpose. 2 3 years back itself, I was started using this MS project on my various project management courses apart from NCT. So it is already there, so I'm using it. But if you know the procedure, you can change anything as you want. Okay, I'm going to include Memorial Day, May 31st on 2021. Okay, then I'm going to add one more holiday, second holiday, Independence Day. Again, please pardon me, I'm going to use US Independence Day, which is July 4th. So ours is July 1st, so it is not a big difference. You can change the years as well. Okay. Now, when I press the tab, this will copy it to the finish date. Once you press the tab, once you mention here, then once you press the tab key, it will automatically copied and it has been copied in the finish date column. So now I have my 2 holidays. We are done with the calendar. I'm going to click OK to close this dialog box. It is done. One minute. I need to check something, then I will open it again. Okay, we will continue this. Few more things are left out. Where we start? Yes. So click OK, close this one. Other thing we need to know about are the calendar options. So to see this, we are going to go to the File tab. We are going to go to the File tab to see the other options. And then down at the bottom of the navigation bar, we are going to click Options. Go to the File tab, the navigation box, click Options to explore other options of the calendar. Okay, after selecting the options, this is what it will appear. And we want to go to the schedule category, this one. We want to go to the schedule category. And the first section is the calendar options for this project. Calendar options for this project. And we are going to interested on the last three. Hours per day, hours per week, and day per month. These three we are interested. Hours per day, hours per week, days per month. And these calendar options define the conversion between duration and work hours. Okay. Hence, they have to match the default work week. So in this case, they do 8 to 5. Already I have mentioned all these things. So they match the default thing. We have 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week, and 20 working days per month approximately. Actually speaking, we don't have to make any changes here, but if you change your default work week, do not forget to adjust these options to match. Please don't forget this. If you do something on the default thing, you have to come here and you have to change so that it will match. I'm not going to change anything. So I'm going to click cancel and I'm going to close the dialog box. If you want to change, you can change it. But whenever you change there in the default setting, come here and ensure it should match with your settings, new settings. Okay. Finally, I'm going to go back and click the project information button. Project information button. And we are going to notice the calendar box here is set to default standard calendar. Okay. If you set up another calendar to be your work calendar, this is where we need to apply the calendar for the project. Hence, in this case, actually, we are good to go. I'm not going to do any changes, but if you want to add another calendar, you can add it here. This is how we define working and non-working days and times and set the calendar for a project. Okay, this is about define the work calendar. Now we'll go to the third segment. In in the next segment, we will be doing how to create and modify tasks, because project is made up of number of tasks together. We are going to see how to enter tasks, how to organize with summary tasks, how to add milestones, how to put all the tasks into sequence, how to add the task duration. Let us see one by one. Enter the task, organize with summary task, add milestones, put tasks into sequence, add task duration. Let me open the first one, enter tasks. Create and modify tasks. So first let us start with enter tasks. Okay, enter tasks. We'll create the task and how to enter the task. To get schedule off the ground, we need to tell project about all the work that needs to be done to complete the project. Before we create task though, there are just a couple of settings we need to change. We are going to start by heading down to the status bar at the bottom of the window. Status bar at the bottom of the window. We will see that it says new tasks are manually scheduled. You can see here. New tasks are manually scheduled. We are going to click that and change it to auto scheduled, because that way the program is going to calculate the task dates for us. And that is really what we want. So I'm going to click that to change that setting. Manual schedule has been changed to auto schedule now. And then I'm going to click on the file tab. After clicking the file tab, down at the bottom, we have to go and click the options here down at the bottom. If you scroll down, you will be seeing options here. In the project options dialog box, okay, I will click the options. I will show it first. Go down and you will be seeing the options. Okay, once you click the options, file tab, options. Okay, once you click the options here, project options dialog box will get open. Again, I'm going to head to the schedule category. And here in the schedule category, we are going to see the scheduling options for this particular project. Okay, once you click the scheduling category, we will be seeing scheduling options for the project. Down below, there is a checkbox. New tasks are effort driven. Here is the one. New tasks are effort driven. This checkbox. Scheduling options. Then new tasks are effort driven. You can see the checkbox. What is the meaning of this is that total work stays the same unless we specifically change it. So what is the box? New tasks are effort driven. The meaning is unless the total work stays the same unless we specifically change it. We want to turn on that checkbox. So turn on the checkbox because most tasks are effort driven. For example, if we have a task and we say that it is going to take 40 hours of work to clean the house, we will going to take 40 hours whether we have one person or two-person. Hence, we have that turned on. Okay. After it is done, then I'm going to go ahead and click OK to close the dialog box. And now we can create our tasks. Okay, now we are ready to create our tasks. So these are the prerequisites we need to do before creating the task. Now we are good to go. We can create the task. So I'm going to click the first blank task name cell. First blank task name cell. And at this point, we can fill in the task names one after the other. Type the task name and press enter to go to the next line. So like this, we can fill the task names one after another. Hence, I typed in the name of the first task, review tab design and press enter. Jumps down to the task name cell in the second row. I can type the next name. I can type in and press enter. I can type the next one. Well, let's say at some point we make a mistake and we forget a task somewhere in the list. Let us see how to solve this problem. In that case, suppose we missed some task, how we are going to do this? We can always insert a new task in the list. We can always insert. You can see insert task option as that. Insert a new task in the list. So to do that, we have to right click the task in the list below where we missed, where we want to insert the task. I'm going to right click the receive equipment. There I forgot to insert a task. And on the shortcut menu, we have to click the insert task. Then select the cell and it is filled with new task. But since the cell is already selected, I can start typing immediately. Hence, I'm going to type, which I missed there, purchase MRI and press enter. Hence, we have created few of the tasks. So I'm going to enter the missed task here. So we have created few of the tasks. Then let us look at what project adds to this task. Okay, what project adds to this task? First of all, the task mode. You can see this column, the task mode column. Task mode shows a blue bar with a right arrow. That means that it is auto scheduled. Initially, we selected the option no, auto schedule instead of manual. Here we change the option no, from manual to auto. That is what the blue bar shows here. In addition, when we create a task, if we do not specify the duration, project fills in 1 day question mark. And you can see the question mark. So when we create a task, if we do not specify the duration, project fills in 1 day question mark. That is what we are seeing now. Now, this is an estimated duration. Whenever we see a question marks in the duration, it means that we have not added our planned durations yet. Hence, it is just a reminder to get around to doing that. In addition, the start date for these tasks is set to the project start date. That is how we create work tasks. The great thing with this approach is we can keep our hands on the keyboard, type your name, press enter, and then rinse and repeat. Okay, we come to the end. So here we learned how to enter tasks. So small segment I'm doing, so it will be easy for you to follow. I'm not going to do a lengthier segment. Small segments. It will be very easy for you to follow it. Okay, what about the next one? We have entered the task. The next one. Organize with summary task. Organize with summary task. One minute, I will open that recording. I already did it, everything. Organize with summary tasks. Okay. Yeah, it's ready. Let's see that. This is what we have created so far. Let us continue. Organizing project tasks. And how to do that? We are going to organize it. We have created the task. Now we have to organize them. If we organize the project task, it is very easy to hand off sections to team leads and track the progress. We can organize our work tasks with summary tasks. Suppose, for example, say we have created a bunch of work tasks and we want to organize them. The first thing we can do is select the task that we want to group underneath a summary task. I'm going to do that by dragging over the task ID cell. Task ID cell. Okay, let us see. Dragging over the task ID cells for the 3 tasks which I have created. Insert summary task. So what did I say? We are selecting the task that we want to group underneath the summary task. So I'm going to drag over the task ID cells for the these tasks that select them. After that, then what I did on the task tab here, on the task tab, we have to use the insert. This option I did use now, just now. Insert section and then click this one, summary. And this creates a new row. And the task name is new summary task. Because the task name cell is selected, we can type the name of the task. Inspection, then press enter. Once you do press enter after this, we can notice that the 3 selected tasks are now intended one level lower than the summary task. Okay. We can also organize from the top down. That is like when we have a work breakdown structure. We have the big summary task at the top and then break them down to lower levels. To do that, I'm going to click the first blank row and then click summary task up on the task tab. Excuse me. So I'm organizing from the top down, like the work breakdown structure, big summary task at the top, and then breaks them down to the lower level. So to do that, just now what I did. Click the first blank row and then click summary task up on the task tab. When I click the summary task with blank row, project actually creates a row for the new summary task and also creates a line for the new subtask. Let us see here. Now we can name both of this. So I'm going to type in the name for the new summary task. Detailed inspections. That is what the name I'm going to type. Detailed inspections, and then press enter. And you can see the drop down now. That drops me down to the new subtask. Hence, I can type its name, new subtask name. I can type it now. Once it is done, I can type its name. Yeah. And then next, I'm in the next blank row now. I have a couple of more tasks to belong to the summary task. Hence, I'm going to go ahead and type those names as well. Couple of subtask I'm going to include under this detailed inspections, the major task. So I have to inspect equipment, then update the power, inspect radiation barriers, additional subtask. So once it is done, so we can add as many subtasks you need. You can add. It is up to you. I have added 3. You can add if you want as many subtasks you need. So this is how we have to add summary tasks for existing work task and create new summary task with new subtask. There is a task list. I will be adding you in the exercise files for your practice, and you can add the remaining summary and work task to your project file using the supplementary file provided along with the recording, which I mentioned already. Okay, it is done. Organizing the summary task is being done. We'll go to the next segment. Add milestones. How we are going to add the milestones? Milestones. Okay, it is ready. It will take some time to find my recording. I have arranged, but it will it is taking some time. I have to open the correct file. That is why. Okay, it is ready. I will check the file name as well. I have already given. Yes, add milestones. This is correct. Milestones. Milestones, don't worry, I will give you the supplementary files for all those things so you can add it easily. Milestones are great for showing progress, decisions, and other key points in a project. We can add milestones wherever we need them in our task list. We are going to start with milestone for the inspection summary task, which I have already created. Let us see how to do that. So I'm going to select the lab setup task, which is task 9. As I mentioned, these last video I mentioned, no, supplementary file has been provided. Using the file, you could add these remaining tasks. And once it is done, we will come for this segment. So what I'm going to do it, I'm going to start with a milestone for the inspection summary task. So to do that, I'm going to select the lab setup task, which is task 9. And where that is one that is below, and where I want to add, I want my milestone. So here I want my milestone. Let us see. So files is already there for the supplementary file. Okay. It has been selected now. Now I'm going to click. You can see the option here, milestone. The option is here, milestone option is here. So I'm going to click milestone. That adds a new row and names the task new milestone. I type in the name and press enter, and now I have my milestone. That is my first milestone. Notice that the duration is set to 0 days. Let us see. Here, the duration set to 0 days. That means that it does not increase the project duration, work, or the time from your resources. We can add as many milestones as we need. Also, in the time scale, the taskbar is actually a black diamond. You can see here. You can see this. So time scale, the taskbar, here it is the black diamond, which indicates that we have a milestone. So this black diamond here in the taskbar, this indicates we have a milestone. So wherever we add a milestone, this black diamond will appear to indicate that is a milestone we target to achieve within the specific time. Okay, the next one. Now let us add a milestone for lab setup. To do that, I'm going to select. So I added the milestone for inspection. So I did it here. Now I'm going to add the milestone for lab setup. For this, I'm going to select task 16, which is certification. And then click the milestone button up on the task tab. And that adds another new milestone. And I'm going to call this one as lab ready for training and press enter. And you could see here, another diamond box has been created. So 0 days indicate it will not affect the existing time duration of your ongoing project. Finally, I'm going to add one at the end of the project. I'm going to click the first blank task name cell and click milestone up in the task tab. And this one is called ready for patients. I'm going to type the name and I'm going to press, and after this, I will be having 3 milestones. Okay. One thing we have to do is we also we also have to outline these to the correct level. Lab ready for installation. That is actually the milestone for the end of the inspection summary task. Hence, I would like that to be at the same level as the summary task. Let us outend those first milestones. I'm going to select the task, and then on the task tab in the schedule section, I'm going to, okay, let us do this. I'm going to outend this, put it in the correct place. Select the task, and then on the task tab, select the schedule section. I'm going to click this left pointing. This is what I did. This left pointing arrow. So I did click the left pointing arrow, and I'm going to click it twice to get the milestone up at the same level as the summary task. I have to click this twice to get the milestone up at the same level as the summary task. I'm going to do the same thing with other milestone. That is the next one. I want lab ready for training to be at the same level as the lab setup summary task. Lab ready for training to be at the same level of the lab setup summary task. So I select the task and then click the green left pointing arrow. It will be there. Okay, the last one. I will select the ready for patients milestone. This one, the last one, ready for patients milestone, and out and that one as well. That is how we can create milestones to track progress, decisions, and other important points in our project. Same procedure, I'm going to do this as well. Okay, this is done. Okay, we are going for the next segment. The next segment will be, so we enter the task, we organized a summary task, we added the milestones. Two more things are there in the first segment of the demo. Put the task into sequence. The next one is put the task into sequence, and the last one, adding the task duration. Okay, let us see. Put the task into sequence. Yeah, this is correct one. Put tasks into sequence. Tasks need to be performed in the right sequence. That is very important. Creating the task, putting the milestone is not alone important. You need to perform. Tasks need to be performed in the right sequence for the work to go well, which is very important. Just like we'd had better open the door before we try to walk through the doorways, task dependencies or task links or what defines the task sequence. There will be a dependency. That is, which task will be coming first, what will be the next task, what will be the next task. Task dependencies will come to the picture now. And here we have created some tasks. No, the first three work tasks run from the finish of one to start of another. Finish to start. So just recollect the four dependencies: start to start, start to finish, finish to start, and finish to finish. These tasks created here, the first three, run from finish of one to the start of another. And these dependencies are called finish to start. Now, to link those, I'm going to drag over the task IDs for those three tasks, and then On the task tab, in the schedule section, we can click the link task icon. Follow it properly. Drag over the task ID first for the T3 task. Then on the task tab, in the schedule section, click the link task icon. Schedule. Yeah, this is the link task icon. Link task icon. Click that. So we click the link task icon. Drag the three IDs. Then which one we want to create the link. On the task tab, schedule section, task tab, schedule section, link task icon. You can see this link task icon. Now it looked like two links of the chain. That is what the symbol like. Yeah, two links of the chain. It creates finish to start dependencies, which is the most common type. We can see the link lines over the right in the time scale. You can see here. It has been, so once it is finished, next one is start. Finish, start. And we can also see the task IDs of the predecessors in the predecessor cell. You can see here the new in the predecessor cell, we can see the task ID. That is for 3, 2 has to be completed. And for 4, 3 has to be completed. 2 is the predecessor of 3. 3 is the predecessor of 4. Let us add some more links. How to do that? We first of all, we have to receive equipment. Where is it? Yeah, receive equipment is here. Okay. We have to receive the equipment before we can inspect it. Yes, receive the equipment first before we have to inspect it. Hence, I'm going to select task 4. Receive equipment, task 4. And then select task 6. Inspect equipment. There is a relation between this. And I'm going to hold the control key and click that row. Now the two tasks will be getting selected. Six, then task 6. Press the control key, hold. So two tasks are selected. Then I can go up to the task tab and click link tasks. Okay. You can see the link has been created here. I also have to connect task 3 to task 7. Purchase MRI, then update power. We have to purchase MRI equipment before we can update the power for it. So I'm going to select task 3 and then control click task 7, then click link tasks. Next to relation between task 3 and task 7. It is done. Also, I have to connect task 3 to task 8. Once I purchase MRI, I have to inspect radiation barriers. Once I purchase MRI, I have to inspect the radiation barriers. There is a connection between those two tasks. I have to do it immediately. Task 3 and 8. So same procedure. Select, hold, create this link. You can create the finish to start relationship. Task 3 and 8. It has been done. Very simple. So finally, to complete this, I'm going to connect few of these tasks to milestones that shows that the inspection is done. Hence, I'm going to click task 6 and control click task 9 and then click the link task. Task 6, inspect equipment with the milestone lab ready for installation, task 9. So we can connect tasks to milestones as well. Let us see. Yes. Task. So connection between a task and milestone link also has been created. Then the same thing for task 7 and 9. Task 7 and 9. And again with task 8 and 9. So that is how we link tasks finish to start, the most common type of task dependency. The supplementary file will be given, so you can add other tasks and you can create proper, reliable, meaningful links. Okay. So we put the tasks into sequence. The last segment of this first portion of the demo is adding task duration. Adding the task duration. Yeah, adding task duration. Part of building our project schedule is telling the project how long we expect task to take. This is planned duration. When we create task, the initial duration value is 1 day question mark. We already learned it. 1 day question mark if we haven't specified anything by default. The question mark shows that we have not filled in our values yet. Hence, let us start adding in some durations. Task to review design. So let us say that that is okay. First one, review design. Review design. It is 1 day. Let us see the first one. Exact days we are going to insert it now. One day it has been done now. See, there is no question mark now. The duration no longer has a question mark. Hence, it says that I have added in my planned duration. In addition, when I press enter, it jumps to the next duration cell so that I can add the duration there. In this case, task three's duration, task three, purchase MRI, the duration I'm going to set as 3 days. I'm sorry. Task three's duration is 5 days. 5 days. Purchase MRI, it took 5 days approximately. It's up to you. You can change if you want. And you can see whenever you have done this, and you can see the now. Here also the length up correspondingly, the appropriate length, you can see it here. When you add 5 days, the length horizontally, the length also has been increased. So we can see that this is actually known as time scale. This right hand side box option is known as time scale. So over in the time scale, we can see that the task bar now spans 5 work days. In addition, we can see that finish date for that task has changed accordingly. Now I'm going to go to the duration for task 4, and it is going to be 1 day. Yeah. Task 6 and 7 are both 1 day, so I can type 1 day in the duration in the cell for task 6. And I have a couple of ways that I could copy this to other cells. Let us see. So how to copy this to other cells? For example, if these two duration cells are the same, I can select them both and press Control D. Control D. D for diary. D. Control D. And that will copy the value from the first cell into all remaining selected cell. Okay, after it is done, I'm going to jump to the duration for task 8, and it is to be 2 days. I have already mentioned 2 days. Task 9 is a milestone. So its duration is set to 0 days. Notice up in the summary task, the duration is 8 days without a question mark. Now you can see here, the duration is 8 days without a question mark. When all the subtasks for the summary task have values, the question mark goes away on the summary task. By the way, if we don't have solid planned duration for a task, we can fill in a duration and keep the question mark. Okay, now what I'm going to say is this. Suppose some of the things, if we don't have the planned value, we can fill in the duration and keep the question mark. So for example, I can select duration for task 11 and type 5-day question mark to say, I think it is 5 days, but really I'm not sure. So far what we did are exact days we know. Task 11, for example, I know it will be around 5 days, but I'm not sure exactly 5 days or not. So I can mention 5 days with a question mark. So when I'm not sure about the exact number of days. And when I press enter, now I have 5 days with the question mark. Let us see. If you are not sure, you can use that option also. Okay, 5 days with question mark because I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and press Control Z to undo the last change. If you want, you can do it, but now I'm going to undo this, Control Z. Okay. This is all you need to do to add in your planned task durations. Exercise files will be given. You can practice the rest. Okay. First segment is over. What we learned here, I will give you the quick summary. We started with create and save a project. Then we define the work calendar. Then we enter task, organize with summary task, add milestones, put the task into sequence, add task duration. So 7 things we learned in the first segment. First, create and save a project. Create and save a project. Define the work calendar. Enter tasks. Organize with summary task. Add milestones. Put the task into sequence. Add task duration. These 7 things we learned in the first segment. Okay. I will meet you in the second segment. We will be continuing. This is the basic sample example, basic thing you can start with MS project. Second segment, we will do some of the complex things. Thank you. I will meet you in the second segment. Thank you.